Alrighty, guys. Now, after the big news last night that WWE was purchased by Saudi Arabia, they've been working with them for the last 10 years. I think they signed a 10-year deal. So they're not the last 10 years, but they signed like a 10-year deal with them to do a pay-per-view there every year. But now they're saying doesn't look like it's been sold after all. So here's what came out. This is at 10:33 this morning on a Wednesday morning. It says WWE has not sold Saudi Arabia public investment has not been sold to the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund. This, according to sources familiar with the situation. It's told that the deal has not been made between the two sides despite widespread rumors otherwise. The report started circulate Tuesday, claiming that Vince McMahon secured a massive payday for handing over the company's reins to Saudi Arabia, which would take the WWE private once again. Which means no more publicly shared trades, no more publicly shared stock options. It's not going to be, you can't trade for it anymore in the stock market. It's going to be privately owned. And the speculation came just days after Vince McMahon brought himself back to the organization board of directors with the intent to help with TV negotiations and explore potential sale of the company. Hours before the report, Saudi Arabia deal, Vince McMahon's daughter Stephanie announced her departure from WWE, giving up her position as CEO. A sale to Saudi Arabia would certainly cause backlash with WWE fans, especially considering the country's history of human rights violations. The promotion even inked a 10-year deal with Saudi Arabia in 2018, which they did like a pay-per-view there every year. Things can always change, but as of right now, we're told of a deal not being set in stone, of a deal being set in stone are simply not true. So there you have it. Now they're saying the deal's not going to go through. And we had a bunch of people, of course, as they're going to jump on the news. I noticed last night a bunch of all the big wrestling websites jumped on it. They're like, well, looks like WWE sold to Saudi Arabia. It still may happen. But as always, I was thinking to myself, I bet tomorrow we get a whole different thing. And it looks like we did. So now they're saying it's up in the air. It still could be sold to Saudi Arabia. But now we're getting conflicting reports. It may not be after all. So who knows what's really happening with this story, people. As I thought I'd make a video about this because, like a lot of people out there that watch my videos, we grew up watching WWF. Of course, called WWE now, and I watched NWA, WCW, all that stuff growing up. I remember watching WCW get bought out and took off the air, and looking at this now, I was thinking they would sell to like Disney or something like that, but not Saudi Arabia. But they want to make it a private company. I think was one of those things they wanted to do. I don't know. So Vince comes back and he's pretty much took over, and I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't go through, but who knows what'll happen. But as of now, this is Wednesday. This is January 11th, 10:36 a.m. It's a holiday for me. Not working today, but even though I don't work every day, it's a holiday when I work. It's still a holiday. But anyway. Not having to drive nowhere. There we go. But anyway, the point is if this happens, it's crazy. If I was Saudi Arabia, I wouldn't even think about selling it because it's going to be a huge backlash. So I don't see why they would even want to buy it, because it's a bad idea for them to buy it, if that makes sense. Fans are not going to be happy with them buying the company. So I don't see why they would do that. So that's something I can't figure out. So anyway, that's pretty much it about that. It's a bad idea from both parties. You're just pretty much killing the company. And then they were saying like Vince McMahon would still have creative control again and all this stuff. I see Vince being crazy, but not crazy enough to ruin his own company by selling it to Saudi Arabia. So when I saw this story, I was like, we'll see what happens the next few days. It still may go through, but who knows? It's a dumb idea for both parties involved. Neither one should be jumping at the bit to buy it. They should not be jumping at the bit to sell it or to buy it. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. That's the latest update on the Saudi Arabia deal. We'll see you guys as always next time. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Toodles!